Yes, people, what is going on? Massive end to the National League. We never saw this coming. We thought it might be a decent game, but the last 10 minutes of this turned into absolute pandemonium. And before we go any further, for anyone who hasn't watched, we are going to be spoiling the result of this. So please make sure that you do. You probably already know from the thumbnail, but York scoring in the 103rd minute to get the equaliser to take them up to the Football League. Cameron, obviously with me, both commentators in the National League. York winning the league, and I think it's fair to say when you scored the amount of goals that they have, they probably deserve to win the title, but what a fashion to do it in.
Oh my God, it was insane. The ending is like, for the first 90 minutes, it wasn't, super entertaining. There wasn't many chances at all. The goalkeeper for Rochdale, Watmouth, he was kind of like, kind of trying to hand York a few opportunities with his slicing of the kicks and just being generally just quite nervous. But then as soon as it's 90th minute, it's like there's extra energy around the ground, and then Emmanuel Desirouve, you thought he'd won it. Everyone thought he won it. There was a pitch invasion. Everyone was going nuts. People on the sidelines were being told, all right, just keep it calm. We've still got a few minutes left to play. And then, I think 2 minutes after the restarted and the crowd was cleared, Josh Stones has written himself into York City folklore, and they have managed to get back to the Football League.
And it's folklore and some as well. The actual ending to this game was absolutely immaculate. As you were rightly saying, the first 90 minutes of the game, there was chances at both ends, but it wasn't really anything massive. There was one or two. There was a one-on-one that York had earlier on. I can't remember who it fell to, but genuinely a very decent sort of end-to-end game of football for the most part. Nothing more than that. But the last 10, 15 minutes, absolutely electric. Of course, with Rochdale being at home as well, when you think they've got the winner, especially the ball in as well is absolutely spectacular, sort of stabbed in by a club legend, up at the back post to head it over the goalkeeper. It's what you would want. It's the sort of thing that you would dream for as a playoff goal, a promotion goal, a promotion winning goal, and a league title goal as well. It's just that moment of quality, because it really was a moment of quality. You then fast forward 15 minutes, not even that, when everyone gets cleared off the pitch, and that pitch invasion was a good probably 3, 4, 5 minutes as well. It was a very, very long time. Lost shirts, everything was going on. The police were out to get involved to make sure that places were lined up. They were worried about the Rochdale fans, and then literally flick it round in a matter of moments. It's straight up the other end for York to stab the ball over the line. And I'm not going to lie to you, I think there is a chance that the ball did not go over the line. But of course, that is the level of the National League. We'll never know. There's new VAR. That is the beauty of it. So Rochdale may have been very, very harshly done. But I think the reality of the situation is it's been given. They've gone up. And again, when you scored the goals that they have, absolutely deserved to. But what an occasion today was.
Yeah, an amazing end to the National League campaign. We've been talking about it for weeks. It could come down to the final day of the season between the two sides. And it literally came down to the final minute in the end for York. And, we've been lucky enough to watch these two sides for Sutton, and I think York were the better of the two teams anyway. Like York, when they came to Gander Green Lane, they were just on top the whole time. Rochdale left it late against us like they did today. But this time, I think York 100% deserved 114 league goals. No one came close to them with that. And it's just, I think, fully deserved for them.
Yeah, and I completely agree. York have been absolutely brilliant. The game again today wasn't brilliant, but it doesn't matter. Over the course of the season, they've been absolutely spectacular. We still now throw into the conversation the fact that maybe two teams should go up automatically from the National League, which I think there's a large consensus of people that agree yes, but of course people that matter believe no. That'll be a constant talking point that we'll be going through. But Rochdale now ending up in the playoffs. They will need a little bit of luck and the rub of the green to go with them. But I think as of for right now, it's a really, really good showcase for what has been a fantastic league. A fantastic year in the league for the National League. It's been absolutely superb. Cameron, thank you for joining me. And this has been one of the best ends to the season I think I have ever seen. Take care, and there'll be plenty more of this to see, hopefully with the same level of drama next year in the National League, where you can see plenty of stuff from us as commentators. See you later.